everyone, it's Laura from Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. Welcome to or back to my channel. So I am here today with another, is it a card layout or is it a journal page layout? So as I've said in the last two videos, I've sort of been looking on cards. I've been looking at the layouts, and these ideas have popped in my head to make them into little inserts for journals, for journal pages. I will link the other two that I've done. This is going to be number 3. I don't know how many I'm going to do. As long as the ideas are coming, I'm going to do them. So this is what I've decided to do with this one, using Create with Scrimping Mommy's vintage compendium. Now I did print these 2 to a page because I just don't need a whole sheet of the page. This one I might need to make a bigger one. We'll see what I need to do with that one. I actually have one on the back here. I could probably use this one, but I have printed them front and back. Actually, I could use this one this way. Anyway, let me get into what we have here. So this one just kind of came to me, and they evolve as I'm doing them. So I actually have it this way, and I had this down, and I thought, oh, you know, it would be really cool if there was one hidden underneath, and then there was a magnet that closed it from here to here. Then of course I have a top piece to cover the magnet, and then I'll do another one over here to cover that magnet. But the cool part is when you open this up, this actually has a little journal spot. So I thought that was kind of fun. So like I said, like they just kind of, as I'm going along, I start looking at it and like, I could do this. I have not decided if I'm going to put any pockets over here. I may perhaps put a belly band down each one of these and then do another little tuck spot, or I may actually leave them for writing. But I thought this was really cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pieces cut up. This is going to be my base, and then I'm going to start looking at all of these pieces and how I want to get them put together. So I'm going to go away and do that, get everything inked up, and then we'll come back and assemble it. All right, so I have gone ahead and inked all of my pieces, gotten them all ready. Even did like the fronts of what the little circles are going to look like. So let's go ahead and assemble this. I'm going to go ahead and look at my original. Oh, did I have that there? Yeah, I had that the right way. I'm going to go ahead and look at my original, and I'm going to go ahead and glue these on first. So I'm just sort of eyeballing it, lining it up, kind of getting it where I want it, and making sure that seam is going to tuck over that end. Because remember, this is going to be a pocket. That does not need to be any color. You can stay white. And now here I'm looking kind of like right there. Okay, and then again, I'm trying to get this in the middle of this. I'm gonna just push that down, shift it just a little bit on me, get it so that it is over that end. And I will note that when I was cutting these down, because I had done them 2 to a page, so they ended up being 5 by 7s. I really wanted the direction of these to go up and down, but after I had done that, the paper was not long enough. So in hindsight, I would actually print the full page again, because I can always use the pieces, that's for sure. All right, so then let's see, we've got the 2 pieces on. I'm going to go ahead and do the belly band. Oh, that buckles a little bit. I think I got it a little bit too far, but I'll straighten it back out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I am going to glue these. In the last video, well, I couldn't do it in this one anyway. I was trying to wrap it around the edge of something. But I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. But I do like to glue the flaps first. I usually have that done and ready to go. So I've been spending, this is actually a couple days later that I'm finishing this particular video up. I have been busy the last couple days because all of a sudden I got in the mood, and I have talked about flipping my room around. Now it may look the same to you, but I actually did get my room flipped around. It took a good 3 hours. That's about what I thought it would take, because you can't just flop from one side to the other because of the way my shelving units are. I had to take one complete wall out, and most of the other wall I was trying to move over here, because yeah, you can't just move. I have a lot of stuff, and you can't just move them willy-nilly. You can't leave this stuff. Some of it I could leave this stuff in there and it worked out, but some of it was like, no, that's not happening. Okay, so we've got that one in there, that one, and then before I put these on, I decided that I wanted a magnet. So that I was kind of drawing a circle as to where I thought that magnet would go. You want to put them far enough in so that when you put your paper on it, you know, it covers the paper. But one thing I wanted to do first was I want to get this down, this first one down, because I want to be able to line sort of this up to follow the scallops. So I don't want it to be wonky. And I mean, I suppose I could eyeball it and get it good enough. I mean, I suppose I could right now put that magnet down there, which may be a thought. You know, they progress as you go. Your thoughts progress. So, I mean, I probably could just go ahead and put that magnet right there. Let's just do it. Let's not be so persnickety about it, Laura. It'll be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that magnet on. Okay. Now that will be just fine by putting the paper over it. I don't really need to do a whole lot more. You know, if it was going to be closing a book or something more, was going to get a lot more use, you know, opening and closing a book, I would probably put some score tape over that. But I'm going to go ahead now, and actually I'm just going to leave that sort of in position. And then I'm going to glue this on. And I'm going to put some extra glue right up there where that magnet is going to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and just get that in position. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough for me. Everybody's good enough is different. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so my good enough is maybe different. And that's okay. So it makes us all different people, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press that down. Let's give that a good press. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I sort of looked at it like this, sort of lined it up where I wanted it, which that magnet is right there. Then I flipped it, keeping good hold of it, and I just drew a little pencil mark here and here. That way, when I glue it, which I'm just going to go around the edges, because remember, we're going to make this a pocket. I'm just having so much fun doing these. It's, I don't know, I just look at these cards now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's going to look so cute in my journals. I'm really trying this year to do more, just different things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm sort of looking from side to side to see if I have it where I want it. I'm going to get it up to those pencil marks. So excuse my head if it's in the way. But I'm going to go just past those pencil marks so you can't see them. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. This is just the easiest way I found. I'm sure there's probably a different way. But then, yeah, there's our little tags that are going to go inside there. Now, excuse me. Now, here's sort of a tricky part, going to be a tricky part. Now, I didn't do this on the prototype, so I am doing it now on the actual card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of line this up, right? I don't want the underneath to be protruding out the front. So I'm just going to get it lined up, maybe bring it in just a tad bit like this. Okay. So I know it's going to land about there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. Okay, I'm just going to double check it because now I've moved it. Nope, it looks good. I'm going to hang on to it, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put those marks on this side of where it needs to be glued. You can always erase those. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Okay, so to make sure it's ending up, I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to, again, I'm going to look for those marks. I'm going to try to get it as close in the middle as possible, but I'm going to have to adjust, so I'm not going to press down real hard on it yet, because I need to make sure that when it's, wait a minute, I did this wrong. Okay, scratch that. That's definitely going to get covered now. What I meant to do was put it on this side of the cover. So let me just start over. I can still do it. I've still got my marks. This is going to cover, and I might have to go in a little bit now because I was doing it on the wrong side. So let me try this again. That's why you look at your example before you just do it. And that's why you make examples and you put them in your little idea book, because you're going to forget. All right, let's try that again. All right, this is going to go here on this side. You know, I did have it that way for a minute, and then I moved it, didn't I? Okay, so let's do this again, and it's almost lined up exactly to that mark. I can see it, and I don't want to move it. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I wonder if there's enough glue on there to glue that down. Because, yeah, that's one thing I do love about art glitter glue. Just saying. So let me see. Yeah, okay, perfect. All right, so I have to get that dry so that doesn't get stuck. Now I might have to go back. I'll check my edges and see if, yep, so I'll need to put a little bit under here, and that's fine. It dries clear, so I'm not going to worry about it. So there was some spots that the glue just did not adhere quite. But I can still get to it. Look at that. Let me just go ahead and get to it, since I sort of have it positioned exactly where I want it. Let's see, that looks good, and that still seems to be not doing its thing. It's okay, we're gonna fix that. Okay, There we go. Now, the reason I did that was because now I want to get my other magnet ready. And I'm going to go ahead and let my magnet find its other magnet. That's always so fun, isn't it? Bam. Okay. Just the little things. Ooh, neon lights. Laura's off again. Yeah, so I was going to leave these as writing spots, but now I think I'm going to actually tear some paper and put it just around here. It's still going to be a writing spot, but it's just going to add a little bit to it. All right, so I do have my magnet on there, and now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on that magnet. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to get that glue dot. See, I got that glue dot right there. I'm going to come back over here, take my magnet off, and make sure you're putting it the right way. So I took it off that bottom, so it's going to grab it again, see? So I need to make sure that I'm flipping it over so that we don't have, you know, you have a negative and a positive side. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that on there. I'm not gonna worry about it really too much because this is definitely gonna cover it and it's gonna be fine. So yeah, I've spent all day yesterday, all day, and then I started going through all of my things, and oh my goodness, I have too much stuff. And I think I'm going to do a quick little video of some organizing that I'm doing, because I'm finding that, you know, through the year you stuff things and you just stuff them, and then you forget about them because you're on to something else. You're doing something else. So I don't normally really make New Year's resolutions. I just don't believe in them. I don't think I'm going to set a goal for me that, you know, or a resolution that I know I'm probably just going to fail at. So I just don't even do them. I do set goals though. And one of my word, and I have a word. I'm going to ink those up a bit because those edges look a little bit rough. So my word is intentional. And I want to be intentional about using my stuff. And I'm going to be intentional this year about a lot of things. But one of them is using all the fun stuff I make, because I make fun stuff, and I'm not getting any use out of it. It's going, and the biggest thing is when I get it done, I'm in a hurry, and I throw it in a bin, and then they all get mixed up, and I've got tags and journals and pockets and all this different stuff in bins, and then they just get jumbled, and when I go to look for a tag, then I can't. You know, they're everywhere. They're in 5 different bins. So look at that. So I am going to be intentional, and I think I'm going to do maybe a video of how I organize. I love to organize, and the organizing bug has hit me. And yeah, I want to get some organizational things done. So yeah, super cute. I'm going to go grab some paper and show you what I mean about recovering. I would have probably not covered that had I not glued it. And I probably have a tag here too that I don't even have to make. In fact, as I was sorting, I came across the vintage compendium. Okay, so I found some paper, and what I'm gonna do is I'm basically just gonna lay this down. I'm gonna get my tear ruler. You don't need a tear ruler to do this. You can do this with any ruler, or you can just cut it. But first I'm gonna start at this end, and I'm gonna press real hard because I want some jaggedy edges, just to rough it up a little bit. See if I can get some. And it just makes a slight little difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing over here. And I'm just lining it up to get just about, you know, I wanna place it right about here. So, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm gonna take a little bit off the top just to get that rough edge started. And then Let's see, I don't necessarily need that top on there, but I'm gonna do this. Again, just sort of lay it there. And then, okay, and I'm just gonna do the same thing for the other side. I'm gonna get those inked up and get everything glued in, and then I'll be back to show you the final flip through. Yay! And here it is, all ready to go. So we have our magnet closure. And then again, this can just sit right in a journal page, and I will get out a eclectic, throw it in there journal I'm working on. And then this would just sit right in your page, or it would be good on a cover. But however you would like to use it, you can make adjustments to your sizes, but it has the magnetic closure. And then you open this side, and then happy mistake when I glued it on the wrong side, because I actually like the paper on there, so I probably wouldn't do it without the paper. And then tags, and that came from the kit. I might add some ribbon or something in there, because I don't think it would impede the journal at all, or the little card. And then I found this in my stash. How cute is this? In fact, this is one of the things going through my stash. I'm like, I have to start using this stuff up. So this picture though came from a card, and I collect cards, and because sometimes you can use the images. And I think I might put something in here like, making memories, something. There has to be something there. And I've been going through all of that. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyhow, here it is. And then this gave me another idea. So stay tuned for that. So this is the third in my, is it a card layout or is it a journal page layout? I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're inspired and you go get some crafting done. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.